Hi, I'm stepping out of the norm this week from my Theology 333 as I want to share with you an exciting announcement. We've made the decision and we've put plans together for us to be able to regather as a church on Sunday morning starting on June 7th at 10:30 a.m. Now I say regather because I don't believe that we're actually reopening. We haven't been closed. We've been having service every week, it's just been online. We've been doing other things, they've just been online. We haven't done it publicly together, but our regathering is going to be our first attempt at gathering together publicly to worship and learn about Jesus together. Now, when you're coming into the building, I want you to be aware of a few different things because even though we're coming back, we're not going back to where we were before all of this happened. We're coming back with a plan that is based on our purpose, and that is to love people to a greater life in Jesus. And we think the most loving thing to do is to put plans together that, err on the side of precaution. Not because we're, worried about people having more fear or doing something that may harm somebody else, but we're doing it because we believe that using precaution is the most loving thing for us to do in this time and in the ways that we've put forth. So as you enter our building, if you come in either through the east entrance or the south entrance, you'll find that there'll be a little station there with hand sanitizer and offering envelopes will be there. They won't be in the back of the chairs in the worship center anymore. And there'll be face masks there. Now, some people, I know face masks are a big controversy right now, and we believe that the kindest thing to do for thinking of the others that may be more susceptible to this virus and it may be more dangerous for them if they were to get it, is that for the 45 minutes to an hour that we're in the church building on Sunday mornings, that we're going to sacrifice maybe our comfort of not wanting to wear a mask by wearing a mask if it's at all possible. We know some people have health issues and other things that just make that not possible, but we are asking you to really prayerfully consider if it is at all possible to wear a mask when you come into the building for our regathering services. Our worship services will be family worship services. We're going to ask you to sit together in your own household. We've separated the chairs and we've set them up in sections where you should be able to find a section of 5 or 4 or 3 to 2 chairs, depending on what your household unit is, and just kind of sit somewhat separated. We want you to be friendly and greet each other, but obviously it's not going to be with a handshake or a hug or a high five, but maybe a wave and a Heidi-ho, neighbor. We are not going to be opening up the cafe during this time. We're not going to have any drink service or anything like that, but we do encourage you, if you feel like you need a coffee or a water, go ahead and bring that in yourself. We'll have giving boxes at both of the entrances to the worship center so that you can give your worship, your tithes and offerings to worship that way. Or you could always use online. We highly encourage that. We're going to have our large restrooms closed down for right now. We do have 2 family restrooms on both sides kind of the building, one right off of the worship center towards our kitchen. The other one is in that main hallway back heading towards where our children's rooms are. There's a small one-person family restroom. The reason we're going to use those is we think that it'll be easier to maintain those in between people's use and in between services at this time when we're needing to be a little bit extra precautious with our sanitation. Now, obviously, I would hope that at this point I wouldn't have to say this, but I'm going to say it anyway. If by any chance you are sick or you have been sick, or you have any symptoms that maybe a fever or coughing or sneezing or shortness of breath, we ask that you stay home. We're going to continue to provide an online service. We're actually going to we're going to attempt to do a live service online during this time. So when we're meeting at 10:30, if you want to get on 10:30, you'll be right there with us live on either Facebook or YouTube. We'll get you more information on that as it gets closer to June 7th. If you participate in the online services, let us know. We want to connect with you and we want to know who's doing that and if we can be praying for you or connecting with you in any way. Each family in this time is going to have to do what they think is best. And we don't know what it is for you and for your family. And so we're asking and we're praying that you will be able to decide exactly what that would be for you. This is not what we anticipate as our new normal. In fact, this is just our starting point. You know, maybe it's a little too restrictive, but we're going to evaluate things every week, and we'll make changes and adapt as we need to as we go along. And so, you know, at least even for the first couple weeks, we may find that it's going to change quite a lot from week to week. So we ask you to continue to be praying with us. That everything we do to maintain the health and safety of those that God has put in our care, that we can use the greatest wisdom in making those decisions. We know that God has called us to be a light in our community, and we want to do that, and we're regathering so that we can do that more effectively. And we also want you to be aware that that we want the gospel of Jesus Christ proclaimed, but we want to do it in such a way that we understand what it says in Philippians, that we should not look only to our own interest, but also to the interest of others. And there are some that have legitimate fears because they maybe have health issues or other things that make them far more susceptible or at risk for the coronavirus. And so we're going to set aside, our sacrifice in worship is going to be setting aside our own preferences for this time. And I'm going to encourage you that, you know, in this last Sunday and this coming Sunday, I'm preaching a couple messages that kind of show a lot about what kind of attitude we need to have as we come back together in a way that's going to be proclaiming the gospel of Jesus Christ. And we move forward humbly with this plan of regathering, trusting that God will lead us in everything we do. I thank you, and I look forward to seeing you with us again on June 7th. God bless.